Today I'm going to demonstrate the new Magic Power Gel from Raytech. Magic Power Gel is an improvement on the original and still market leading potting compound from Raytech's original Magic Gel. For those of you still unaware of the original Magic Gel, here's a quick recap. Magic Gel is a blue, two-part re-enterable potting compound that has absolutely no shelf life. Even after the bottles have been opened, the product will never go off and is completely non-toxic. Don't be duped, if you have a product that isn't blue, it's not Magic Gel. In this demonstration, I'm going to use the 1 litre box where you can see you get the blue liquid, a clear liquid, a mixing jug and a mixing blade. The bottles hold half a litre each, so once mixed provides 1 litre of Magic Gel. A range of sizes are available, 300ml, 1 litre, 2 litre and 10 litre in bottles. All sizes 1 litre and above come complete with a mixing jug and spoon. Further sachets are available, 6 sizes from 90ml to 550ml. Although bottles are preferred because you only need to mix as much as you need, unlike the sachets where you must use everything in the bag once you've mixed it. Simply mix the product in a 1:1 ratio, stir well, then pour into the enclosure. Ideally, you should mix the product for around 1 minute and make sure that both halves become one light blue colour. Normally I'd stir this for about another 30 seconds, but I'm going to pour now because I'm short on time. As you can see, the product is extremely fluid and gets into every nook and cranny, making sure all the components inside are well covered. Within approximately 10 to 15 minutes, depending on temperature, the Magic Gel will cross-link. The colder the temperature, the longer it will take, although you don't need to wait, you can re-energise immediately. The working temperature range of Magic Gel is -60 to 200 degrees, and will even endure short bursts of up to 250 degrees Celsius. So if you need a product that's going to work in sub-zero temperatures, there's no better choice. If we go in closer, you'll see the consistency is of a tough jelly, similar to jelly cubes you get from the supermarket, but will not break easily as you can see here. It's also important to note here that there is no oily residue whatsoever. As you can see, my fingers are dry. This box can now be placed permanently underwater or underground. If you're wondering how deep you can submerge the enclosure, the gel has been tested to a depth of 100 metres. It offers protection greater than IP68. Now, if for any reason you need to access the components again, you can simply pull or cut out the products to reveal the components inside, which are very dry and easy to work with. As I mentioned before, there is no oily residue, and once you've made any changes, such as adding an additional cable, you simply mix more gel and top the enclosure back up to make it watertight once again. Further technical characteristics of the gel include a huge dielectric strength, greater than 23 kV per millimetre, which is more than enough for low voltage applications that really only require up to 6 kV per millimetre. It can also be disposed of by simply putting in general waste, as the product is inert and completely non-toxic. And because of its non-toxic properties, it is also environmentally friendly. There are other products in the family that utilise this Magic Gel technology, including a full range of Magic Box kits that come complete with an enclosure, 3 cable glands, stopping plugs and enough gel to fill the enclosure when it's completely empty, so you know you've always got enough product. 7 sizes are available, starting at 65ml circular box, going up to a 240 by 190 by 90ml rectangular enclosure. The stopping plugs are used if the enclosure is on a wall, so you can simply go through the top and cap the hole. Magic joints, covering a range from 4ml up to 300ml, the straight through and branch connections are also available for armoured and unarmoured cables. Now let's take a look at Magic Power Gel. Magic Power Gel works in the same way as Magic Gel and shares all the same technical characteristics. It's completely non-toxic, has no shelf life whatsoever, even after the bottles have been opened, has high dielectric strength, a constant working temperature of -60 to 200 degrees with short bursts of up to 250 degrees, and is completely environmentally friendly. However, after this demonstration, you'll see that although it's similar, it's a completely different and more versatile product. It's available in 3 sizes, 250ml, 500ml and 1 litre. All sizes come complete with a mixing container and spoon. In this demonstration, I'm going to be using the most popular 1 litre size. The first and most obvious difference, as you can see here, is the new bi-compartment bottle, which makes life much easier. Not only are there less chances of losing a component, it is easier to measure the levels, especially useful on site. As I've already mentioned, the product is mixed in the same way. It's 1-to-1, just like this. Stir the product well for about a minute so you make sure both halves are well and truly mixed. For this demonstration, I'm going to pour this now due to time constraints, but if I was on site, I'd mix for another 30 seconds or so just to be sure. As you can see, the product is extremely fluid and will cover all the components inside. Like the Magic Gel, you don't have to wait for the product to cross-link, you can energise immediately. However, after 15 minutes or so, depending on the temperature, the product will cross-link. If I get one I prepared earlier and put it next to an enclosure of the Magic Gel, you will see the difference. Here is the original Magic Gel. Now here is the Power Gel. As you can see, it has a very sticky consistency, although once again, my fingers are dry as there is no oily residue whatsoever. So now, if I have to access the components inside the enclosure again, just like the Magic Gel, I can either cut it or pull it out. Don't be afraid to be a little aggressive here. As you can see, I can pull the product out and get back to the components inside. Once I've finished doing what I was doing, I can simply take what I've taken out and put it back into the enclosure. Simply break up the Power Gel into small pieces, about the size of a small golf ball, as to get rid of any air pockets and place back into the enclosure like so. The gel has a self-amalgamating property, and now the box is fully protected once again, so the product is reusable, saving you money. The more times you re-enter, the more you save, not to mention the time savings, as you don't need to make sure you have any product with you. Everything you need is already there. Another advantage of the Magic Power Gel is because of the nature of the finished product. If there's any left over in the jug after you've finished potting, you can simply leave it to cross-link and then save the end product in a spare container to be used as an IP68 gel putty compound, so there is no waste whatsoever. The new Magic Power Gel is therefore 2 products in one bottle and can be used in 2 ways, as a potting compound and as a putty compound. The stickiness of the product even allows enclosures on ceilings to be potted to IP68, which is especially useful for areas where condensation is a big problem, such as tunnels. Simply place the Power Gel underneath the terminal and build around. Not only that, but it's also possible to make the product in advance. As you can see here, there are a couple of small enclosures half full with cross-linked product. I can now store the 2 halves in a container, get to the job, place the first half in the base, make the connection, and then place the second half over the top. The lid can now be replaced and the job is done. And finally, if you're wondering how many times the product can be reused, here is a box that I've taken the gel in and out of over 200 times, and the product is still okay, although slightly discoloured due to the grime off my hands. You've now seen all the advantages of the revolutionary new Magic Power Gel. And remember, if it's not blue, it's not magic.